Good morning. Today we will discuss different types of igneous rocks and I will try to show you the samples and the characteristics, or you can say the physical look of that rock. The first is the obsidian. As you can see on the screen, this obsidian, this is, you can say, this is glassy texture. This is extrusive rock, or you can say formed from lava without forming crystals, giving it glassy texture. And the feel of it, when you rub your surface, it will be smooth. Then your next rock, that is your pumice. You can see it here, the pumice. Now this pumice, it has porosity. Basically pumice is, these are the pores in it, right? This is a basically lava froth, an extrusive rock frozen, and it dissolved gases come out of solution. So these empty spaces are of the gases. It looks solid but often floats on water. It that floats on water because it has less specific gravity than water. Because the voids, there are number of voids, these spaces, and naturally when there is specific gravity less than water, it can float on water, right? Then the next rock is scoria. Now this is like pumice, it is a lightweight extrusive rock, right? Distinct gas bubbles. These the places where you see these. I will just try to show you. These are the gas bubbles have escaped and they have made the open cavities in this rock, right? Similarly, your rock felsites. Felsites is the term used for your general name for light colored extrusive rocks, right? These have the dendritic growth on their specimen surface, right? This is the dendritic in growth. You can notice here, this is dendritic growth. This is dendritic growth here. Growth on surface. Now next you can see the andesite. Now if you remember the classification, this andesite is the volcanic rock and is the volcanic equivalent of your diorite. So it is an extrusive rock that is having higher silica than the basalt and lower than the rhyolite. In general, color is good clue to the silica content of the lava, with basalt being dark. Andesite gets name from the Andes mountains of South America. This name because any rock that has derived its name due to some reason. So this andesite name is from due to the it is found in your Andes and gets its name from the Andes mountains of South America. It has, you can say, as a considered exclusive, I told you that the plutonic equivalent, or it is considered the volcanic equivalent of your rock, diorite. Now next rock, it is very well known and very common and important rock, that is your basalt. Now basalt, now depending upon, basalt may have your cavities like this. This is the vesicular basalt. These are the cavities because from this the gases they have escaped. In volcanic rocks, when they are exposed to the surface, the gases they escape to the atmosphere and makes the cavities. So this is the vesicular basalt. Basalt may be vesicular, may not be vesicular, depending upon it. But this sample, particular which is I am showing, is your vesicular basalt. Is an exclusive, and it basalt. You all know that it is minerals in the basalt are what. Then it is a volcanic equivalent of your rock, gabbro. And in gabbro, you know, it's a OPX, orthorhombic pyroxenes, that is your augite, and plagioclase feldspars, that is of the labradotic composition. So as far as that composition is mineralogical composition is concerned, the basalt, it has your OPX, means your orthorhombic pyroxenes, that is your it has clinopyroxenes. I make correction, or if it is orthopyroxenes, that rock is norite, but in this diapsite and your augite, they are the CPX, they are the clinopyroxenes. So this is the volcanic equivalent of your rock gabbro, the mineral composition, and as such it is in basalt, is in volcanic rock, and these are your, if it has vesicles, it is called vesicular. If these vesicles get filled with secondary mineral or material, then that is called amygdaloidal basalt. amygdaloid basalt. In Lake Superior, if you remember in economic geology, these even vesicles they have been filled by the native copper. This is unique in the world. So that any material means that may be rock, that may be ore mineral, that may be secondary mineral, whatever it is, if they get filled in this, that is called amygdaloidal basalt. But right now this sample is your vesicular basalt. Right. Then porphyry is an, you can say, in general term used for any igneous rock with conspicuous large grains, phenocryst. Phenocryst, they are large floating on fine grained ground mass. This is in general what we say the porphyritic texture. Means these are your these are phenocrysts. These are there the phenocryst, and this is the ground mass. This is your ground mass of finer material. So if a rock is having such texture, means there are phenocrysts. These are the phenocryst. I mark here. This is the phenocryst. This is a phenocryst, right? And this is a ground mass. This is a ground mass. So these large ones grains that are the phenocryst, and the smaller that material is the ground mass. If such is the appearance of any rock, the texture that is used is the porphyritic texture. As such, the porphyry is a general term I told you, and used for igneous rock with conspicuous larger grains and the floating on the fine grained ground mass. Right. This is now this is again a very important rocks. This is your granite. Now this granite, once we say granite, means is a plutonic rock, and the mineral composition is your quartz, and your this is quartz, and these are your orthoclase, that is your feldspar. This is your feldspar, and because in this photograph, or in say in such photographs, it is little bit maybe difficult for you to distinguish quartz, because both are light colored minerals, quartz as well as your orthoclase. But when you see the hand specimen, you will definitely distinguish orthoclase and quartz. Right now I can just mark you few. This is because the feldspars, they generally due to alteration they become slightly turbid in color, whereas this white, we call whitish, this is which is luster and hardness 7, these are the quartz. So it is a light colored leucocritic rock, is a plutonic rock having mineral composition as your quartz and orthoclase. This is sample of your granite. Now this is cyanide. Cyanide, you know, is an rock composition. A plutonic rock consists chiefly of potassium feldspar with subordinate amount of plagioclase and quartz, little quartz you can say. So this is cyanide, and the volcanic equivalent of cyanide is a trachyte. So relatively, from when we move from granite to gabbro, these mafic minerals they increase, and hence this is more, you can say, darker than the granite, the black color. You can observe this part. This is relatively. So the mafic content increases, and this is again cyanide rock. Now this is your diorite. After cyanide diorite, it is more darker. You can very well see the in these your dark colored minerals. These are mafic minerals, and the light is plagioclase. The diorite is a plutonic rock that is between granite and gabbro. It consists of white plagioclase feldspar. These white colored, these are the plagioclase feldspar. This is plagioclase feldspars. Plagioclase feldspars and black at the hornblende. Right. So this is diorite, and we had seen the earlier sample, the volcanic equivalent of diorite, that is the andesite. Right. Now next is your rock gabbro. Gabbro is a dark colored plutonic rock that is considered to be plutonic equivalent of basalt. Basalt already discussed, vesicular basalt, and is the plutonic equivalent. Gabbro is having low silica and has no quartz. In gabbro, because the silica content is less and there is no quartz, gabbro has no alkali feldspar, only plagioclase. What we discussed, the composition of your basalt, that it has the CPX clinopyroxene, that is a diopside, and your plagioclase, that is of the laboratory composition. Maybe amphibole may be present as accessory mineral to some extent, right? And right. This is named after a town in, you can say, Italy. There is a town Tuscany. From there it has been named like this. Now next, this rock is, now you must be knowing the ultramafic rocks. Ultramafic rocks means a rock when it has more than 90% your mafic minerals. And mafic minerals, as you all know, is either olivine, pyroxene, amphibole, or your mica group mineral except muscovite. So once we say peridotite is a plutonic rock, and it has your, say it is used as, you can say, gemstone in peridotite. You must be knowing that kimberlite is a rock variety of peridotite in which diamonds are found. But as such, once we say peridotite, means it has 50% pyroxene and 50% olivine. The composition is, because both pyroxene and olivine, they are the mafic minerals, or and the total content of your olivine pyroxene, they are more than 90%. That is the peridotite. They look like this. Then this is pyroxenite. As the term pyroxenite means this rock has more than 90% pyroxene minerals. It's very clear, and you can very well see that the dark, totally it is a dark colored rock, right? And it has your pyroxene minerals. Is a plutonic rock that consists of dark minerals, what we see in the pyroxene group, plus little, you can say, maybe olivine or amphiboles also, right? So this is in the category of the ultramafic rocks. Now this is a dunite. Dunite means you can say is a rare rock that is having 90% olivine. Either you can say a rock having more than 90% olivine, you can say peridotite having 90% olivine. So this is your olivine, 90%, more than 90%. And you see, can see this olivine, this is your grains, this is olivine, this is olivine, right? So this is olivine. So this is a dunite, and this dunite is again an ultramafic rock, because the mafic, only mafic mineral, that is olivine, is more than your 90%. So it is an 90%. Now this is pegmatite. Now this is known as the museum of minerals. It's a plutonic rock, exceptionally from the large, or it is from the last stages of the solidification of the granitic bodies, and it is museum minerals. Number of your minerals, they are found accommodated in this. The character of this pegmatite is that is very large grains. This is the quartz, large size quartz, right? This is large grains. This is, even there are crystals or the sizes of the grains is so that you cannot take your arms, means the diameter is very large size, and they are formed in the end stages of the magma, and all the residual left content of the magma, that is crystallized in the pegmatites, and various typical minerals, they are found in this your pegmatites, right? Pegmatite is formed in the end stages, and biotite, alkali feldspar, quartz, these are the common, or you can say the essential minerals that will be there. And in addition to that, there will be very rare minerals that are found in your pegmatites. So yeah, so these are the few samples, right, of the igneous rocks, that once you should have an idea of your, say, the concentration of your or the content of your the different your felsic and mafic minerals, because in igneous rock there is an, right from your granite, say for the UG students, granite to gabbro, you should understand that continuously there will be an increase of mafic minerals from granite to gabbro, or there will be continuous decrease of felsic minerals from granite to gabbro, or vice versa. There are more mafic minerals in granodiorite than granite. There are more mafic minerals in cyanide than granodiorite. There are more mafic minerals in diorite than in cyanide, and more mafic minerals in gabbro than your diorite. So this is sequentially, there is continuous increase in the mafic minerals, and naturally once there is an increase in mafic minerals, there will be decrease in the felsic minerals. So, and you accordingly we understand, because when they crystallize in the ideal section where there is an perfect preservation of formation of different minerals from a magma, naturally your gabbro and will be at the bottom, because that is formed the first, and naturally they crystallize and they form layers at the bottom, and sequentially above gabbro you will find your diorite, then your cyanide, then granodiorite, and ultimately granite will be the top, because the mineral granite, quartz and orthoclase, they crystallize in the end stages of the magma, and naturally that finally will be at the mountain will be the top if the sequence is preserved as such. So with this concept, on with this few samples outline, because after corona we will be having the practical classes and where you can see number of samples in the laboratory, then you will have better understanding of identification. But right now I try to show you some pictures of your different rock types. That's all for today. Thank you very much. Thank you.